Have you ever felt like the antagonist in the narrative of your own life, simply for being who you are? In today's video, we'll look at how insecurities and other people's motivations can lead you, the chosen one, to be misunderstood and unfairly judged. Mastering these situations not only protects your integrity, but also turns these obstacles into opportunities for personal growth. You may have noticed that even though you exude positivity, there are those who insist on seeing you negatively. This is a frequent challenge in various contexts, such as relationships, work, and social interactions. Strengthening your self-esteem, and if necessary, accepting the villain label you've been given can become a powerful tool for empowerment. Have you ever faced rumors or had your reputation unfairly attacked? How did you react? For a chosen one, it's crucial to know when it's time to take action. Being a chosen one often refers to individuals who, due to their unique skills or positions in their communities or professions, are singled out to take on leadership or influential roles. These people are often seen as inspirational or gifted with special talents that make them central figures in their circles. The chosen are more awake, aware, and sensitive than the average human being, so they think, act, and feel differently from most people, especially those in their family. The chosen are often imbued with a deep sense of purpose, a calling that drives them to make a difference in the world. They possess an innate wisdom and intuition that guides them on their path. While others may be content to follow the status quo, the chosen ones are driven to question, explore, and push the boundaries of what is possible. On the other hand, the role of the villain in a chosen one's life can be a perception imposed by others, based on insecurities, jealousy, or misunderstandings. The villain in this context is not necessarily someone who carries out malicious actions, but someone whose presence and actions are interpreted in a distorted way. This can arise from a variety of factors, including fear of change, resistance to new ideas, or simply the discomfort of others at seeing someone challenging the status quo. Understanding why the chosen ones are often seen as villains involves exploring the psychological and social dynamics that lead to these perceptions. People often project their fears, insecurities, and even envy onto individuals they perceive as different or threatening. This projection can be intensified in environments where competition is fierce, or where one person's success highlights the failings or limitations of others. Furthermore, in social and professional contexts, the prominence of the chosen ones can trigger hidden rivalries or animosities, leading to the creation of narratives that paint them as antagonists. This social construction of the villain serves as a way of dealing with the perceived threat that the success or differentiation of the chosen one poses to the group or to specific individuals within it. Thus, understanding these mechanisms can help the chosen ones to better navigate these adversities, understanding that often the villainy attributed to them is more a reflection of others' insecurities than of their own actions. Insecurity is a key factor that leads people to perceive their chosen ones as villains. When someone feels insecure about their own abilities, achievements, or position, they often project these feelings onto other people. Chosen ones, who often stand out because of their talents, achievements, or unique qualities, can become easy targets for these projections. People who feel threatened by your success or abilities may try to tear you down to make themselves feel better. They may spread negative rumors, criticize your actions, or highlight your mistakes, all in an attempt to diminish your value and bolster their own self-esteem. Your very presence challenges established norms and can stir up deep insecurities in others. This leads to a natural but unfortunate defense mechanism, where people react not only to the light itself, but to the discomfort it brings to the surface. The brighter the light, the darker the shadows it casts, often revealing aspects of ourselves that we prefer to keep hidden. The chosen ones often display a striking presence that goes beyond the usual and leaves a lasting impression on those around them. This presence can manifest as an aura of tranquility, a calm confidence, or simply an energy that seems to clear up spaces. In the spiritual realm, this presence is often interpreted as a manifestation of divine connection or an expression of the inner light that everyone possesses, although not everyone displays it. This spiritual glow can make the chosen ones stand out as unique or distinct, arousing both admiration and aversion. Individuals who face their own insecurities or who feel adrift on their spiritual paths can see this light as a painful reminder of their own dark areas or perceived flaws. Such a contrast can provoke envy and hostility, since instead of feeling motivated to seek their own light, these people may choose to direct their frustrations at the chosen ones, expressing this through animosity. In this scenario, the villain is not an external figure, but emerges from the internal shadows that each of us carries, projecting themselves onto the chosen ones as an expression of an unresolved internal struggle. These chosen individuals often go through adversity and face challenges that deeply test their resilience and faith, emerging from these situations with expanded wisdom and strengthened. Such resilience is not just about surviving. It is a conscious decision to pursue spiritual evolution, even when this involves overcoming arduous difficulties or misunderstandings. The steadfastness of the chosen ones in fulfilling their life purpose and remaining loyal to their spiritual convictions can be perceived as a threat by those who value the comfortable security of complacency or who doubt their own ability to face similar challenges. The tenacity of the chosen ones to overcome setbacks, convert obstacles into lessons, and move forward in their mission often generates envy and antagonism. These adverse reactions often mirror some people's discomfort at witnessing others facing challenges with bravery and faith, reflecting their own unresolved issues or their hesitation to change. In this context, the villain is often revealed not as an external antagonist, but as one's own internal insecurities that hinder personal progress, projected onto the chosen ones. The chosen ones often act as involuntary mirrors for the people around them, projecting the internal conflicts and insecurities of others. This reflection is not an intentional choice, but a natural result of their genuineness and spiritual clarity. By living according to their truths and following their spiritual paths diligently, the chosen ones can unintentionally highlight the areas in which others feel deficient or have failed. In the spiritual context, it is believed that each individual possesses an inner light capable of illuminating darkness, not only their own, but also that of others. When the chosen ones illuminate these dark areas, they can cause discomfort or fear in people who are not yet ready to face or accept their own inner dilemmas. This can result in feelings of animosity or even hostility, since it is easier to attack the mirror than to accept the truth it shows. At this point, the villain manifests as the unwanted reflection of the observer's own insecurities and flaws, making the reflected truth a target for resentment. What's more, the chosen often maintain an integrity and commitment to personal and spiritual development that can be intimidating for others who lead a more superficial or less introspective life. This discrepancy in levels of awareness and self-examination can generate a perceived gap between the chosen and others, exacerbating feelings of inadequacy or resentment on the part of those who feel judged or belittled by the mere presence of the chosen. This situation can create an environment where the chosen ones are seen not only as individuals on a journey of growth, but also as unwitting catalysts of emotional discomfort for others, which often results in misunderstanding or rejection on the part of those who are in conflict with their own inner truths. The sympathy and authenticity of the chosen ones, qualities that spring naturally from individuals who are in tune with their spiritual purposes and who live truthfully and transparently, paradoxically attract both admiration and resentment. They relate to the world sincerely and without falsehoods, which in many contexts would be universally celebrated. The transparency and kindness of the chosen ones can sometimes highlight the absence of these same characteristics in others. Individuals who struggle with their own authenticity, or who often resort to social masks, can feel threatened or stripped bare by the openness and honesty of the chosen ones. This confrontation can incite a process of uncomfortable self-analysis, or even denial, triggering feelings of hostility or resentment. At this point, the villain is revealed not as an external entity, but as these people's own internal insecurities and resistances, which manifest in opposition to the chosen ones. In the spiritual environment, these qualities reflect a deep connection with the higher self and an approach to relating to others that is both compassionate and judgment-free. The chosen usually possess a natural empathy that enables them to understand and connect intensely with both the pains and joys of others. For those around them who have not yet achieved such a degree of self-acceptance or spiritual awareness, this empathy can act as a constant reminder of their own limitations or perceived shortcomings. Thus, while the sympathy and authenticity of the chosen ones serve as beacons of light and inspiration, these same lights can also illuminate aspects that others would prefer to keep hidden or unaddressed, provoking an adverse reaction rather than welcome. Simply being labeled as chosen can expose these individuals to a wave of negativity from others. This is often due to the belief or perception that they have a special purpose or mission guided by the divine. Although this label can inspire and strengthen the chosen one, it can also provoke envy and criticism from others. In various spiritual traditions, it is understood that those destined to play significant roles in the spiritual evolution of humanity face challenges commensurate with their important mission. This includes not only external barriers, but also the projection of negative feelings by others, who may see the chosen ones as a threat to the status quo or a criticism of their own life choices. This projected negativity can manifest itself in the form of hatred, jealousy, or even the desire to see the chosen one fail, which would be, for some, a confirmation of their own insecurities or failures. In this scenario, being perceived as special or different makes it easier for them to become targets for frustrations, fears, and dissatisfactions that, in fact, belong to those who project these emotions. In addition, the negativity thrown at the chosen ones can be even more accentuated in environments that value conformity and mediocrity, where any trace of exceptionality is viewed with suspicion or as a challenge to the conventional. In this way, the chosen ones often bear not only the weight of their own missions, but also the emotional discomfort of those around them. In this context, the villain manifests himself in the shadows cast by these individuals, making the chosen ones beacons who, by shining their light, inadvertently attract the darkness of others. On the spiritual journey, the contrast between light and darkness is essential for growth and evolution. The chosen ones, by being firmly aligned with the light, naturally highlight the darkness around them, resulting in resistance and hatred from those who are not yet ready to embrace the light. This highlights the importance of the spiritual work of the chosen ones, which often acts as a catalyst for individual and collective transformation. This insight powerfully summarizes how the dynamics of light and dark operate on the spiritual journey, especially for those considered chosen ones. The presence of these individuals, strongly connected to the light, not only reflects their own virtues, but also acts as a light that illuminates the dark areas around them. The resistance and hatred faced by the chosen ones can be seen as a natural reaction of those who are trapped in patterns of darkness, whether through fear, ignorance, or attachment to old ways of being. The light brought by the chosen ones challenges these patterns, provoking an instinctive defense response that often manifests as anger or rejection. Being perceived as a villain can have huge impacts on a chosen one's self-esteem and relationships. This negative view can profoundly affect personal and professional life, creating an environment of isolation and misunderstanding. When someone is constantly seen in a negative light, they can begin to question their own worth and the legitimacy of their actions, leading to a deterioration in trust in themselves and others. In addition, these perceptions can damage professional and personal relationships, making collaboration and mutual support difficult. In the workplace, for example, being labeled a villain can limit opportunities for advancement or cooperation, while in personal life, it can alienate friends and family who may feel pressured to choose sides in perceived conflicts. Understanding and addressing these impacts is crucial to maintaining emotional and social integrity and rebuilding a truer, more positive self-image. Dealing with negativity and the perception of being a villain requires a proactive and resilient approach. Firstly, it is essential to develop strong self-confidence, which allows you to face criticism and misunderstandings without losing your essence or focus on your own values and goals. In addition, practicing effective communication is crucial. Clearly expressing your intentions and clarifying misunderstandings as soon as they arise can prevent conflicts from escalating and help others better understand your actions and motivations. Another important strategy is setting healthy boundaries. Knowing how far to allow others to influence your emotions and decisions is vital to maintaining mental health and emotional stability. It's also important to surround yourself with people who offer support and understanding, building a support network that values truth and integrity. These actions not only help mitigate the impact of negativity, but also strengthen resilience and the ability to remain authentic in the face of challenges. Transforming the role of villain into a source of power is an empowering process for the chosen ones. Instead of being overwhelmed by negativity, the chosen ones can redefine this role, using it as a catalyst for personal growth and character strengthening. Accepting the villain label doesn't mean conforming to a negative image, but rather recognizing that external resistance is often a reflection of the impact you have on the world around you. I invite you to share in the comments how you have been perceived as a villain in your life and how you have dealt with this situation. I also encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos that can inspire, educate, and offer new perspectives on similar challenges. See you soon, my friends.